Country music, apple pie, and Budweiser beer. Yes, there's nothing more iconically American than the red, white, and blue label of a can of Bud. How American is it? Budweiser was even briefly renamed America. But how much do you actually know about the king of beers? Here's a surprising look at the untold truth of Budweiser. It's not actually American. Don't tell George Washington, but it turns out Budweiser isn't actually American at all. Nope. Originally known as the Bavarian Brewery when it was founded in 1852, the company was acquired by German-born soap maker Eberhard Anheuser in 1860. In 1869, his German-born son-in-law, Adolphus Busch, bought half the company, and Anheuser-Busch was born. In the 1870s, while on a trip to Europe, Busch discovered a beer called Budweiser, brewed in the city of Budweis, in what is now the Czech Republic. Inspired, he decided to make his own Bavarian lager, which he gave the highly original name Budweiser. That name theft led to decades of legal disputes, which have only settled down recently, as the Belgian company InBev purchased Anheuser-Busch in 2008, and the Czech Budweiser Budvar Brewery in 2011. So maybe they should name their next beer Belgium? Trust the process. Adolphus Busch innovated a number of revolutionary ideas, including bottling beer, pasteurizing it, and refrigerating it so it could be shipped fresh long distances. And he also made the beer actually drinkable. William Nadelceder, the author of Bitter Brew, The Rise and Fall of Anheuser-Busch and America's King of Beer, told NPR that previously the beer at the brewery was so bad that people would spit it back across the bar at bartenders. These days, Anheuser-Busch uses a couple of special ingredients to make sure all their beer tastes the same no matter where it's manufactured or purchased. The secret to consistency across the brand and all 12 United States AB InBev breweries is that they all use the same yeast, derived from the same culture originally used by Adolphus Busch in the first batch of beer he brewed in the 1850s. And their other secret ingredient? Strangely enough, it's rice. Budweiser says it gives their beer, quote, a crisp taste and smooth finish. But critics of the brand claim that the company uses that as an excuse to dilute the beer because rice is cheaper to use than malted barley. Prohibition pro tip. After selling alcohol was made illegal in America in 1920, most breweries went out of business. But Anheuser-Busch managed to stay afloat and even prosper, thanks to a genius idea by Augustus Busch's son, August Anheuser-Busch. He realized that while it was illegal to sell beer, it wasn't illegal to sell the ingredients. So Anheuser-Busch began selling their yeast and other ingredients to home brewers, desperate for a taste of banned beer.
Give me a keg of beer.
Not only did it keep the company afloat when Prohibition ended, Anheuser-Busch was in position to take over the industry as most of their competitors had been wiped out. Horsing around. We're all familiar with the bastions of the Budweiser marketing department, the Clydesdale horses. But did you know that it takes a lot for a horse to actually become a Budweiser Clydesdale? Yes, there's an interview process. The Budweiser Clydesdales have been a tradition since 1933, when August and Adolphus Busch Jr. surprised their father with a 6-horse Clydesdale hitch. These days, Budweiser breeds the Clydesdale horses and has about 175 in their collection. According to Warm Springs Ranch in Missouri, the home of the Budweiser Clydesdales, chosen animals must be aesthetically consistent. They must stand at least 18 hands high or 6 feet tall. They must be geldings and at least 4 years old. They must have a bay coat, 4 white stockings, a blaze of white on the face, a black mane, and a black tail. And they must weigh between 1,800 and 2,300 pounds. All in the family. It may be known as the king of beers, but these days Budweiser is a pretender to the throne, as it's only the 4th best-selling beer in America. Don't cry for InBev though, because they're keeping it all in the family, as Budweiser's upstart younger sibling Bud Light is now America's #1 beer of choice.
Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly.
Light beers in general are on the upswing, with Coors Light at number 2 and Miller Lite at number 3. But it's craft beer-loving millennials that pose the biggest threat to Budweiser. In 2014, the craft beer industry as a whole outsold Budweiser for the first time. While Anheuser-Busch revealed that according to their research, 44% of 21 to 27-year-old drinkers have never even tried Budweiser. Yikes. Budweiser the video game. In 1983, arcades and bars across the country were introduced to the new hit game Tapper, which put players in the role of a bartender desperately trying to keep up with the insane demand for Budweiser beer. Sporting a Budweiser logo, the game was sponsored by Anheuser-Busch as some sneaky viral marketing. It turned out to be a little too sneaky though, and the game had to be rebranded Root Beer Tapper in 1984, because the original version was considered to be advertising alcohol to minors. There's a bright side though, as the kid-friendly version has lived on in pop culture to this day. This Bud's for you, Tapper.